Hi, everybody. Good morning. Okay, wild times we're in. So, today, um, I would like to have us focus on, well, I have a special posture in mind. Maybe I'll leave it to be a surprise. And we'll do a little chanting, a little breathing as we always do. Um, to begin, I'd like you to sit comfortably. In a moment, we'll all chant, but we'll just connect with our breathing, and then I'll do an invocation, and then we'll chant together, okay? So, finding a comfortable seat for yourself. Can my sound be louder? Yeah, you know what? Let me get my headphones. 1 minute, one moment. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So, here we go. Is that any better, Ruth? Where's Ruth? Sound is okay, thumbs up. Okay, thanks everybody. All right. So we sit comfortably and as possible in this moment and just giving yourself a moment to be, notice your current state and our ability to observe, experience, and to direct ourselves, steer our experience in a certain direction. So then we give the light, we shine the light of our attention into breathing without any particular agenda at first. What is breathing, breath communicating to us in this moment? Just a gentle, light check in. And then let's just do a simple movement now. As you exhale, bow your head, and you could slightly soften the chest in if that's, see what's comfortable for your neck and upper back. As you inhale, float the head to center or a little higher. Tilt, lift the sternum slightly to support that. So think of your whole spine. Exhale, bowing the head, maybe a slight sympathetic curve through the whole spine. Inhale, rebounds into the body. Sense of slight arching, and just like that a couple times. Just gentle, gentle. Yeah. Okay. And now you could keep doing that or rest a breath or two and repeat a couple. I'm going to do a short chant. Maybe move from fear to freedom. May we move from darkness to light, from ignorance to true knowing. May we move from what is ephemeral to what is everlasting. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Om Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Om Mrityunjaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, friends, so now as you inhale, let one arm emanate out of the breath. So it's radiating away from your center, whatever angle, could be side or up, or it could even be low. Exhale, just return to a resting orientation, okay? So, and alternate. Just a couple times on each side. Okay, after this one, we'll pause and just a moment more in sitting. I don't want to sit here too long. We'll place one hand on the center of the chest, the other hand, the thumb on the navel. So your one hand is on your low abdomen, one hand is on your chest. A friendly touch. When you exhale now, gradually drawing the low belly inwards towards your back. As you inhale, focus on the chest expanding. You could imagine a ball expanding in all directions. Feel the internal lift. Just a couple times like that. Exhale, deep low support, low back, pelvis, legs, earth. Inhale, heart, chest, sky, space, whatever your experience is. So there's this dialogue between incoming, outgoing breath and how this can help balance the spine, balance our digestive fire, and balance the seat of the mind and soul, the hridayam, the spiritual heart. After this exhale, let's leave that. If your eyes are closed, you could gradually open them. Gift of sight. We come to hands and knees when you're ready. The gift of touch. We feel, we sense our palms on the floor. If we have some challenges, neuropathy, or we realize we have other, our proprioception, we can feel joints, right? So all that good stuff, hands and knees, right? Yes, yes, Lynn is nodding. And now, as you're ready, let the breath carry you, okay? You don't have to do it all. You don't have to do it all. Inhale, the chest lifts. Exhale, send the pelvis back gently to the heels, bow the head. Could be a small or larger movement. What are the signals you're getting? So inhale, you come forward to all fours. Exhale, sitting the pelvis back towards the heels, partially or fully. Just like that, letting the custom-made guidance of your breath determine the phrasing and pacing. Like this a couple more times. Okay, yeah, okay. Now, the next time you sit back, you could rest there, or if it's not comfortable to stay there, you could rest on all fours or sit. Yeah, good. We're gonna slowly, I don't know, what do we say? Build the energy. We can energize without compromising the pace of the breath. So we don't want to become frantic. uh, so we want to be able to energize while keeping the elongation of our breath cycle. This is an interesting practice. So let's try this, friends. So let's start on all fours again. We'll do a couple more here. If you need padding for your knees, take a moment to set that down. So now from all fours, spine is long and neutral. Let's try this. You're going to inhale and reach one leg back and lift it a little bit, and the opposite arm could lift a little bit. One leg and the opposite arm. If that's unstable, then keep the arm down. Exhale, put the hand down and the knee back, and shift back about halfway like you did before. Bow the head, soften the chest in, etc. Now as you inhale and come back to all fours, the two of those supports, one leg goes back and up, the opposite arm rises, reaches as counterbalance. Nice. Exhale, hand returns, knee lands, shift back partially, half, 2/3, or 3/4. Can you go like that a couple more times? Inhale is that extension of spine and reach of opposite arm and leg, or possibly just the leg, and then exhale, bowing backwards. Okay, and I think it would be interesting to go one more time on each side, my friends, and stay a breath. Stay a breath. So the inhale will launch you into the extension. Stay exhaling, staying inhaling. Exhale, sit back. Like that, in your own timing. One more on the other side, stay a breath. Beautiful, yes. Okay, friends, so then rest a moment in whatever position is restful, kneeling forward bend or sitting. Okay, let's take one more step on our way towards standing. So from the kneeling forward bend now, if it's comfortable, let your pelvis lean and rest towards your heels. Feel the exhale leaving the body. And now when you inhale, when you have that inner chest awareness, come again to all fours. Toes under. Exhale, let's move into downward dog. Push the ground away. The pelvis rises back and up. And a sweet, gentle reach of the heels. Just touch on it and then inhale, reverse. Inhale, knees to the floor. Sternum lifts. Exhale, sit back. Okay, so you all know this. Go one more time. Maybe you stay a breath in downward dog. Let the breath help you to determine if that's a good idea at this point. Take your time. Good. Okay, and when you finish that, and if you're still moving, take your time. Pause a moment, and then sit, and we'll do a short chant. I'm sharing the screen if you want to look at that, or you can just listen. Please listen and repeat a poem by Kabir. The river, excuse me, the river that flows in you. Try that with me. The river that flows in you. Now listen to the second line. Oh, sorry. Also flows in me. Together. Also flows in me. Now listen to the whole thing, and then we'll repeat. The river that flows in you also flows in me. Together. The river that flows in you also flows in me. The river that flows in you also flows in me. One more time. The river that flows in you also flows in me. Now listen, one more line. Flows in we. Together. Flows in we. Beautiful. Eyes open. Coming to standing as you're ready. Okay, so let us do some forward bending and then we'll do a little bit of lengthening and then a little bit of strengthening. So you could start, if it's okay with your shoulders, start with the back of your hands behind your back. Okay, you're standing and your hands are behind your back. And as you inhale, you're going to sweep your arms to the side and up and open. Now exhale, bend forward and bring your hands behind your back as you bend forward. Bend the knees generously. Okay, awareness of the fingertips and crown of the head. Inhale, reach the fingertips wide and the crown of the head lead. You come back to standing. And let's try that again. Sweep your arms side like you're doing a slow jumping jack, and they come to settle on your low back or sacrum. Inhale, extend your spine and your arms wide and come to standing again. Does that make sense? Let's do this a couple more times now. Exhale, bending forward, sweep the arms behind the back. Release your head in the forward bend. Yeah, inhale, rise back up. And one more time. And when you bend forward this time, you could stay a breath. That's it. And then when you feel the inhale come in, you come back up, arms wide and up. And when you exhale, the arms will just settle down into gravity. Pause a moment. Beautiful. Okay. So I'd like to try something that's maybe a new variation based on what we just did. So let me say it first and then we'll try it. So you'll start the same way. You'll inhale and the arms will go wide. Now when you exhale, you're going to sweep the arms behind and bend forward halfway. It's like your spine is floating on the surface of water. Hips, heart, and head at the same level. Stay, inhale, lift the chest. And then when you exhale, you release the arms and the chest all the way down. Inhale, you rise back up and exhale the arms down. Okay, so let me talk you through this. So what we're doing is we're bending over halfway, right? I'm doing this I dream of genie gesture, okay? So start standing, please. Let the inhale carry your arms wide and up. That's it. Now as you exhale and sweep the arms behind you, spine comes to rest level with the earth. Stay, inhale, slightly lift your sternum away from your navel. Exhale, release your arms, head, and chest into the ground. And let's actually stay here a breath or two. Bow your head so you look back between your feet or legs. That's it. Stay a breath or two. And then when you inhale, let the crown and the fingertips lead and rise back to standing. Perfect. And then exhale, you just lower the arms. We pause. If that feels stressful to stay here, just bend forward and come up. But let's try it again, okay? Inhaling, the arms sweep wide, upwards, open chest. Nice. Exhale, bend forward halfway. So it's like your yoga mat is a mirror and you see your face. Yeah. Inhale, lift your sternum. And then exhale, bow your head, release the arms into gravity here. Release, they can hang. Stay a couple ever more smoothening cycles of breathing. Mm-hmm. And upon the next inhalation, let that lift you to standing. Beautiful. Yeah. When you exhale, you lower your arms. Is this okay, everyone? If it's not, you could repeat hands and knees if it's too much. Building a little strength, right? So try this one more time. You can do it on your own pace, or I'll talk you through. The inhale carries the arms upwards, wide and up. Exhale, technique in the belly. I try to float my spine level with the earth. Inhale, keep the chin down as I lift the chest. Exhale, bow, release the arms and the head. Stay 2 or maybe 3 breaths now, not forcing, but as you exhale, consciously flowing, drawing the musculature of the low belly and navel in as if it's yearning to hug the front of your spine internally. Stay 2 or 3 breaths here. Beautiful. And after 2 or 3 breaths, come to standing, each in their own timing. And then you stand, rest, and feel. And just notice for a moment what that has evoked in your system. Maybe you feel a little more awake or a little more, who knows? Okay. Very good. So now I'd like us to come to hands and knees. Please come to hands and knees. And we're going to start in the kneeling forward bend. So when ready, settle your pelvis towards your heels and bow your head so you're in what's sometimes known as child's posture, more or less. Perhaps you could, for a moment, focus on what you experience here in terms of the back of your head and the weight of your head, the sacrum or what we may experience as the back of our pelvis or the base of our spine. So the 2 ends of the spine, the weight of the head and the hips or pelvis. We don't have to really do anything here, allowing the structure and gravity to allow an opening. Okay, so we're going to build a little bit on vinyasa. We'll be doing plank. If that's stressful, just do hands and knees. Okay, so from here, when you feel the breath come in, gradually come to all fours, lifting your sternum, slight arch of the back, and then exhale, moving into downward facing dog. Good. Let's stay a breath cycle here. Ujjayi, inhalation. Ujjayi, exhalation. Now, when you inhale, come into plank posture. Long line from the crown of the head to the tail through the heels. Perfect. Exhale, draw in the belly, come back into downward facing dog. Okay, so we just asked the body. Now, stay a breath here. Breathing in, chest awareness down the spine. Breathing out, hollowing low belly in. When you inhale next, please lower your knees to the floor. The chest springs forward a bit. Neck is free. Exhale, I bow, softening the chest. Go back to where you started in the kneeling forward bend and rest. So let's try this again. Next inhale, coming to all fours. Beautiful. Exhale, push the ground away, reach the pelvis, head bows pleasantly, Stay a breath cycle. Ujjayi, inhalation, oceanic feeling and sound, exhaling. Now, when you inhale into plank, the shoulders come over the wrists and not past. The heels reach strongly back. Exhale, move back into downward dog. Now, if appropriate, repeat that or stay a breath in down dog. So if inhaling, come into plank again, possibly straighten your legs in plank, reach the heels, we'll do that. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, stay a breath in downward dog. Super. When you inhale, knees come down, land on the ground. Poof. Chest springs open gently. Exhale, bowing into kneeling forward bend. Pause a moment. Now, each will be different. If it's comfortable, you could, for a moment, sit on your heels vertically. If that's not a happy place, you could stay in the kneeling forward bend or stand on your knees. Just a moment, because we're doing a lot of upside down, right? I feel like people can, I see these little boxes and yeah, we're all like this, right? There must be some mudra where we're like this. I don't know if you see me, yeah? So now, each person different. We're happy we're all different, right? We're changing, we're different. And there's something that's, what did Satchidananda say? The one in the many and the many in the one. So if you've had enough of that, you could lie down. If you'd like to go one more time, let's try that. And maybe we'll stay a breath in the plank. Okay? The body and the breath are shaking a tiny bit. That might be okay. But if there's a lot, then just go in and out. Okay? So come into the kneeling forward bend if you want to do this with your head on or near the ground, bowing. Let an exhale leave. That helps us to ground and calming. And as I inhale again, I come gradually to all fours. That's it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Stay a breath here. Yes. Now on the inhale, come forward into plank. And stay. Exhale, draw the belly in. Stay. Inhale, chest expands. And then when you exhale, return to downward facing dog. If appropriate, stay a breath here. And then inhale, lower the knees to the floor. And exhale, kneeling forward bend. Hips towards heels, bow your head, and rest. Ooh, okay. So now sit for a moment. I want to give you a little task to do while you lie on your back. So can you look at me for a moment? I probably should be a little farther away, but so I'm bringing I pretend I'm lying on my back and my arms are, in a Shavasana orientation. So what I'm going to do is I'm laying on my back. I rest a moment, no movement. Now inhale comes. When I exhale, I leave my elbows on the ground and I bend my elbows and my hands come towards my shoulders. So I inhale and I open and I exhale. I do that, let's say 3 times at this angle. Then I move the arms on the ground to the side. Inhale, exhale, leave the elbows on the ground. Bend, inhale, exhale. Much slower, right? Long and smooth, 3 times, okay? Then, if it's comfortable, a little higher, my arms are on the ground, same thing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. After 3 of those, I come down and rest. So, is that clear? So when ready, please come and lie on your back. Your legs could be extended. They could be bent. possibly something behind your knees, if you can do that without too much fuss, as my mom would say. So you can come and lie on your back. So we've kind of riled up the system a little bit. Yeah, a little, hopefully, constructive perturbance, right? Hopefully, constructively perturbed, not disturbed. Now we give a moment for the system and its deep intelligence in all dimensions to kind of sort all that and let the energy flow to where it needs to. Where there's too much, it flows to the areas and you can just rest. And when ready, you could start these movements. Arms start at a low angle. So again, the exhale when it comes, bend, fingers relax towards your shoulders or pectoral area, wherever it's easy. Inhale, open. About 3 times low, 3 times wide, 3 times a little higher. Long breathing, comfortably so. Beautiful. Continue. Mm. And after you've finished that and take your time, you'll lower the arms to the downward angle and pause for a moment. Watching the movement of the body and the mind from the still place. So if your legs are extended, take your time, transition by bending your knees and bring the soles of the feet onto the floor. Knees will bend, soles of the feet on the floor. Okay, we're going to do some Urdhva Prasrita Padasana, so upper stretching feet and legs posture in different ways. It will be everly increasingly demanding, so you only go as far as you can where your breath remains smooth and long. Please bring your knees to your chest, so your lower legs will hang, and place your hands over each knee like you're palming your knees. So you place the palms over the rounded contour of your knees. Let's start with elbows straight. First, Apanasana. Exhale, bend the elbows and let the knees come gradually towards the front of your body. This compression helps to complete the exhale. Inhale, feel the chest, knees float away, which extends your elbows. Okay, so please try this a few times. This is like our home, our base. Exhale, knees will go towards your chest. Your hands stay on your knees, right? Inhale, knees move away. Okay, so this is, for most people, a generally gentle and safe place to return to if something gets to be too stressful. Now, as you inhale, would you extend both feet to the sky and your arms overhead at that high angle that you were doing that's comfortable for your shoulders. Arms will rest on the ground. Ah, perfect. Exhale, bend the knees and return the hands over the knees, which thighs and knees come towards the chest. So you alternate between extending the limbs, feet to the sky. Exhale, knees towards chest, hands on the knees. Okay. Be sure to bring the knees in towards the chest after each extension. We want that flexion of the spine. That's perfect. Let's go one more time after you complete the one you're on. Okay, super. Then let's do this. Settle both feet back down on the floor. Arms are down, hands next to your pelvis, palms facing the floor. Would you now extend your left foot along the floor? So your left heel slides away from your left sitting bone. The right knee is bent, the left leg is long. You flex the left foot and rotate the leg parallel so kneecap and toes are oriented to the sky. Okay, we're going to just do the leg movement to begin with, okay? So let the inhale come in here. Ujjayi, expand your chest. And exhale, lift your left leg away from the ground until the foot faces the sky. Good. Now inhale, lower your leg, but only with your foot comes within 6 inches of the floor, so don't quite touch the ground. Exhale, draw in your abdomen, lift your leg, foot to sky. At the top, it may bend a little bit depending on your flexibility. Inhale, lower the leg long, don't touch the floor, 6 to 12 inches away. Please repeat this a couple more times. See if you can start the exhale a couple of seconds before the leg actually moves. The pelvis stays on the ground. Super. Okay, after this next inhale, or exhale rather, put both feet on the ground, pause. And then we'll try the other side when ready. So extend the other leg long along the floor. Make sure that you don't have to do it too tight, but the left foot is planted relatively close to your pelvis. And again, you'll begin at the exhale, drawing into the belly for a couple of seconds, and then with that stable long low back, you lift the leg. Now, when you inhale, don't bulge your belly, expand your chest, please. You keep the support in your low spine. Inhale, lower the leg, don't touch the floor, and repeat several times. Very good. Okay. If you're just finishing, maybe you do one more, or whatever feels equal on each side. And then you can bend the knee and settle. Eventually you'll have both knees bent and both soles of the feet on the floor. Pause a moment. Notice the flow of sensation in your low abdomen. Okay, now please bring your knees to your chest. And let's, for this, we'll leave actually the arms on the ground. So you could even tuck, so your palms are down next to your pelvis. And you could sort of tuck your thumbs a little bit underneath the sides of your buttocks. Your elbows might bend a little bit. So you slightly, yeah. Okay, now both feet to the sky. Have your ankles be over your hip joints. Yeah. join your feet so they touch for this one. Yeah. So you have like almost like you're a dolphin, okay? As you inhale now, you're gonna lower your legs like 2 feet away from you. Yeah. So you move your feet away from the front of your body, halfway or so, and exhale, draw in your abdomen and return the legs to vertical. So I would say no more than halfway a couple times. Some of you are going all the way. Maybe you're strong enough to do that. But try it halfway just to make sure. Inhale, keep your feet together, feet together. Exhale, draw in the belly, return the legs to vertical. If that's possible without losing the length of your lower back, then you could go open a little bit more. Inhale, lower your legs 3/4 or 1 or 2 feet away from the ground. Exhale, draw in the belly, lift the legs. If you don't do this a lot, do a couple, rest, do a couple, rest. And you could feet together for this one. Okay, beautiful. After this or the next one, rest. Put your hands on your knees. Do a few apanasana. Exhale, knees to chest. Soften, relax shoulders. Easy, easy. Inhaling, knees away. Just like that, rocking to and fro 2, 3, 4 times. Eyes close and soften. Feel the liquidity of your eyes. Okay, now, no rush, but when you finish that turn or roll to one side, we're going to sit for a little bit of we're going to float the boat a little bit here. We're going to do some steps of ever increasing intensity. So the point isn't if I can do this physically, right? So we're not gymnasts here. Maybe some of us were or are. In yoga, it's about a kind of harmony between breath and body action, right? So if my breath starts to get shaky or short, then I want to do a version where I can keep the dignity of the long, smooth breath. So we're going to sit for a moment. Just sit with your legs in front of you. Legs are long. Okay, and for this, you may have a low folded blanket or maybe not. Okay, so if you usually sit on a cushion, that's very high. I would say don't do that for this particular movement. So we're in Dandasana. The legs are straight in front of you. Now, let's just do the arm move. And if this is uncomfortable, you could bend the knees up a little bit, right? So let's just try this. Start with your hands down by your pelvis. Palms could be facing either fingertips or palms, depending on the length of your arms. As you inhale, now raise both arms so the palms are forward. Now, exhale, lower your arms so they are level with the ground. Palms face the ground, level with your shoulders. Yeah, level, that's it. Inhale, raise your arms again. That's it. Exhale, lower your arms all the way down. I'll repeat that. This is actually quite strengthening for the core. Inhaling, arms lift, spine is long, back of the neck long. Exhale, as the abdomen draws in, lower your arms so they're at shoulder height, palms down, like you're pressing something a little bit. Nice. Inhale rather, raise your arms again. Can you feel the demand on your back? Strong like bull. Exhale, arms come down. Okay, we're going to try that one more time. Inhale, please raise your arms gradually from the front. Exhale, lower the arms halfway, just like we did the spine, similar to that. That's it. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, arms come down. Okay, good. Now, please, you're going to bend your knees so you have maybe like 6 to 12 inches behind your knees. Yeah, so maybe the soles of your feet can even be on the ground. And let your legs be next to each other. Right. That's it. Okay. Now what we're going to do is raise the arms. Legs are touching. Now as you exhale, you're going to as you bring the arms down halfway, you're going to lean your spine back like you're in a chaise lounge at about a 45-degree angle. Then inhale, raise the arms and bring your spine back to vertical. Exhale, just lower the arms. Yeah, so less bend in your knees, Brooklyn. Yeah, so your leg could be straight. If you're really strong and flexible, your legs could be straight here. Most of us need a little bend. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, lean back. The spine leans back. Look towards the horizon. Arms are level with the ground. Inhale, raise your arms and verticalize the spine. Exhale, lower your arms. Stay with me now. Do this one more time, please. Inhale, raise your arms. Feel your legs like you're a dolphin still. Yeah, exhale, lean back. And now you could possibly lift your feet so they're at the level of your knees. Good. Now inhale as you raise the arms, lower your feet and come back to vertical. Good, now slide your feet a little farther forward and exhale, just bend forward over your legs for a couple of breaths. Doesn't have to be a deep bend here. The river that flows in you also flows in me. You doing okay? So we're going to try this again. Do you see what we're doing here? Maybe I should demonstrate a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna show you this. It's a little slide. You can look if you want. So can you see? Oh yeah. So welcome to where all the magic happens. All right. So I'm sitting like this with my legs, or my spine vertical, or maybe my legs extended, right? Sorry. And so now I'm going to inhale. And first version was this. I exhale, feet stay on the ground. Inhale, exhale, right? Second version, inhale, I raise the arms. Exhale, as I lean back, my feet float at the level of my knees. Inhale, I lower. Exhale, arms down. Yeah? It may be possible. Inhale, exhale, I lean back. Yeah. Inhale, exhale. If you have to lift one leg and then the other, it means you're not ready yet to do that. Okay, so try and only go as far as you can. Lift your legs at the same time. Okay, so let's try that again. So sit with your knees bent, your feet standing, arms down, spine vertical. Inhale, the arms are lifted. So do the first version. Exhale, lean back, leave your feet on the ground. Arms come to rest on the horizon. Look towards the horizon or the floor. Inhale, raise your arms, come back to vertical, super. Exhale, lower the arms. Okay, now you could stay with that or do the second one. Inhale, I raise my arms. Exhale, I lean back, and both feet come off the ground at the end of the exhale. Good. Inhale, lower the feet, raise the arms, spine vertical. Exhale, arms down. Okay, so you can repeat that, or if you have the strength and flexibility, extend your legs and do this with your legs straight once or twice more. You've got this. This is very strengthening for both front and back and inside of the body. This will be your last time you do it. Yes, good. Now the next time you raise your arm, bring the feet a little farther away, separate the legs, bow forward, seated forward bend, gentle, gentle, gentle. If some of us having the legs a little farther apart more comfortable for the abdomen. Not in a V shape though, legs in front, not in a V shape so much. Yeah, just a little apart. So just rest. Yeah, we haven't quite, people are like, you're spying on me. A little bit, yeah. We haven't really prepared the hips so much, but you know your body. Rest in forward bend for a couple moments. Okay, now inhale, come out of that. We're going to come to all fours. You'll get a reward in a moment. You get to rest in a moment. Come to all fours now. And this is pretty strong, so we want to do some balancing actions in case there's any stress. Inhale, slight lift of the chest. Exhale, bow the head and shift your hips towards your heels. And repeat this back and forth a few times. We come back to a familiar pair of movements. Soothe the spine. Beautiful. One more time like this. Okay. Now we're going to lie on the back and we'll just do a little simple twisting to get that lovely motion and to, again, hopefully wash away any negative residue from the demand of the boat posture, Navasana. So lie on your back when you're ready, arms out to the side, shoulder height. You can have your knees bent and the soles of your feet on the floor, or you could start with the knees towards the chest, okay? Whatever is comfortable for you, okay? We're looking here now to kind of tone down a bit, not to build. So whatever is easeful for you. So when you're ready, exhale, tilt the knees to one side or bring your knees towards your elbow. Stay for inhale. And when you exhale, return to center. So we're moving on the exhale only, staying for the inhalation, tilting to the other side on exhalation. That's it. Stay for inhale. Exhale, return to center. We're going to go like this one more time. Move on the exhale. Stay for the inhalation. Okay. After you finish the one you're on, or if you need to do one more, pause and rest in the center. What do you notice about your body and your breath now? Yoga says the mind becomes more and more peaceful when it's focused. The body becomes easeful, the breath becomes long and smooth. The thoughts are spontaneously more optimistic. So when ready, after you finish the rotation, you're going to rest in center, and then we'll just bring the knees to the chest, and you could rest with your knees towards your chest. use your intuition now to either just settle there, maybe you just cradle your legs for a moment, or if you like doing the rocking movement, exhale in, inhale away the apanasana. So either moving or staying. But actually, I would kind of suggest just to be still for a moment. Yeah, see if that's okay. Of course, the breath continues. And when ready now, you could settle your feet on the floor and your legs could be stay bent like this, or you could extend your legs. And these are suggestions. You could just rub your hands together a little bit after supporting your weight in different postures, or rub your hands on your clothes or something as you wish. And then you could place your palms over your eyes. The heels of the hands rest in the, maybe feel like cheekbones or like the lower part of your eye socket. Eyes are closed. And the eyes, rather than look, we're not trying to look up towards the third eye. The eyes just settle forward or slightly down. Just rest a couple breaths here. Okay, and then leave your eyes closed and settle your arms at that low angle that we did in the previous supine rest. Just let yourself be still for a moment. Now, you could do a slight soft ujjayi if you want, or just let the body breathe itself. And almost like you're hearing it in your mind's ear. As you breathe in, you hear or recite the word you. And as you breathe out, you hear or silently recite the word me. As the breath comes in throughout the inhalation, you. As you breathe out, continue like this for a time. One more breath like this. Rest a moment more. I'd like to chant just a little bit for you. The river that flows in you also flows in me. The river that flows in you also flows in me, flows in we. River of love. flows in me. Now, upon the next inhalation, let the inhale come in naturally and just slightly pause after inhale. And then exhale, let it flow back out. Very easily, inhale comes in freely. A slight pause after inhale, savor that. Exhale, soften, and let it go. And in your own timing, one more breath cycle like that. And when ready, you could place your hands on your abdomen for a moment. Feel you may notice your hands are warmer than your abdomen, or perhaps the opposite. And when ready, you could place your hands on your chest somewhere or ribs. And then, when ready, you could place the hands over your eyes for a breath or two. Okay, friends, so if your legs are extended, take your time, bend your knees, return the soles of the feet onto the floor. Roll to one side in your own gradual timing. We'll unfurl ourselves into a seated position as you're ready. Okay, we'll just do a short breathing to conclude. So sit comfortably, eyes closed when ready. The hands, you could choose, the palms could be up or down, or you could connect the ends of the thumbs with the index fingers. Soft flowing breath in, conscious flowing breath out. Begin like that. The breath like warm oil being poured out of a blue lily, long flowing. And then as you're ready, introduce a slight pause after the inhalation. Comfortable, slight pause after the inhalation. And as the exhale completes itself, in that moment of settling after exhale, just a slight pause. So within your experience of comfort, slight pause after inhalation and exhalation. As you continue like this, in the pause after the inhalation, silently say the word you. And in the pause after exhalation, silently saying the word me. During pause after inhalation, silently you. Pause after exhalation. Me. And now 3 times replacing those words with the word we after inhale and exhale. Silent recitation of the word we after inhale and exhale. After this cycle of breathing, let the breath find its own natural rhythm for a couple of breath cycles, resting in that. We can open to softening around any hardening or criticism of ourself or another. Inner smile blossoms in the center of the heart and radiates to all. When ready, you could slowly let the eyes open. And there's room here, of course, for a lot of responding to what's occurring in you. You could, again, one more time, if you wish, palm the eyes. And if there's any tightness or achiness after sitting, you could do a few of the hands and knees movements to and fro. I can let you do that on your own. So I want to say thank you to everyone. This is our practice for today. I'm glad that you made it to the class with the new login and all that. I just want to invite people, you or people you know, to come to the Monday class at 5 Central. The class will be very similar, maybe just a tiny bit more, nothing more than we did today, right? Maybe, a couple lunges, things like this, plank and both. They're a little stronger than some of the practices we do, but nothing crazy, okay? So I'll let you go if you want to transition into the rest of your day. I wish you a beautiful day. If you want to hang out, ask any questions, or share any experience, I'd be happy to hang around for a few moments. All the best to everybody. If you want to say something, can I have you just unmute yourself in the lower left-hand corner? Hi, Inga.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm going to unpin myself here. No. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Where are you? Oh, you're in North?
North Carolina.
Yeah. Wonderful. Good. Glad that you could make it. Yeah. Super.
I was using the wrong login, but here, it's okay.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I knew there would be some of that. I think in the long run it'll be simpler. So, yeah, feel free to share now or later any experience. Class is a little stronger physically sometimes than we usually do today, and it varies a bit. So glad you could make it. Anything to say or?
No, I'm, I'm glad I discovered yoga 10 years ago, and I'm